Do you guys get I guess, do you guys get tornadoes? Any of you?
Yes.
California, probably not. You do? Like, it's like tornado season now. Like, hopefully you couldn't hear it in the beginning of this episode. It was like whipping, and we're getting a bunch of hail and tornadoes.
Oh,
I think
that'd be
it's
so
probably
cool.
almost over now. But last night I was sleeping. It was probably like 2:33 in the morning, and I'm like awoken by the tornado sirens. Like, if you live in an area with tornadoes,
Oh,
like you'll just
damn.
hear like the whoop, like they just start going
Yeah.
real loud. And like I could hear like when the wind is going so hard, it sounds like trees are almost cracking, like just so loud right outside my window. And I like woke up like almost in a stupor and was like, and like I know in my head it's like I've lived in the Midwest my whole life. It's like, all right, when it's alarm, like when the alarm's going off like this, and there's clearly a lot of violent wind and whatnot going down, you're supposed to like go down in your basement. And like I was so tired though, I just had like the thought just viscerally where I was like, if I die, I die. And I just stayed tucked in like Homer Simpson under those covers, just so comfortable. And it panned out, not dead.
That's how I handled fire alarms.
A couple trees are down. Yeah, there was a bunch of hail. No, we didn't get hail like that in my neck of the woods, but we did get some hail.
Before I bought this house, a tornado like pretty much destroyed my stable. Like it ripped the roof off and stuff. And Chiz and I fixed it. We went out there and I don't know, reframed the roof and put all the freaking plywood down and whatever.
Yeah, the tornado, like during like tornado weather, it's so cool when it's not stormy because like the sky's like greenish and it's just like an eerie kind of aura around.
Mm-hmm.
But then you don't actually want a tornado to touch down.
How big is the risk? Like, so you live in a populated area. Does that lower the tornado risk? Does it change the way they develop?
The people who are highest at risk are people in big flat areas, and I live in a hillier area, and so like it's not actually like there's not going to be a touchdown near me.
So if there was a well-stocked like 1,000-house subdivision, but it was flat, that'd be a problem.
It could be, yeah. Like that's what happened to Joplin, Missouri, like 10 years ago when that whole town got flattened because it's just a bunch of fields surrounding a totally flat town.
Oh, remember?
And so like around where I am, it's like it would be like trees getting knocked down. That's the problem, or like big storms. But I hopefully
in the South, it's mobile homes. Like so many people are in mobile homes that if a tornado hits a mobile home, you die. And people. Like they're made of nothing. They're just sheet metal and fiberboard. Like they literally explode.
There's no basement. There's nowhere worse to be than a mobile home if a tornado hits.
They're not even sitting on the ground. They're sitting on blocks. Once you blow that vinyl siding off the bottom,
it's like you're borderline better going in your yard and laying down flat than staying in a mobile home.
Yeah,
I'm like as a Californian with no
as flat as you can lay at that size.
Tornadoes to me are horrifying. But then when I talk to people that live in other places, like they seem to be horrified of earthquakes, so it's kind of like reverse.
Yeah, like I've never had an earthquake experience. We had like one tiny one and people were like, oh my god.
It's funny, the LA transplants, like, because you'll see anytime there's a miniature earthquake, you'll see like streamers that are in LA reacting. And I saw one recently. It was like such a tiny little earthquake. It was nothing, but she got up, she's like, earthquake. She like ran out of the other room. Are you guys like irrationally afraid of earthquakes, or do you just not give a fuck?
I desperately want to experience one. That's where I am.
We're on a big fault line in the middle of the country here, and so if we get one, it's going to be a roughen. Yeah, but hopefully that won't happen.
I've been in two. One was in LA when I was visiting. I slept through both of them. I woke up and people were like, "Did you feel that last night?" Everybody at like the place I'm going is always, "Could you feel it?" "Oh yeah, I felt it." I think they're all lying. I think one guy made it up. Like the weatherman told a tall tale. I don't think any of them felt it because I sleep right through that shit. What, the bed jostled a little? That's supposed to wake me, and I'm supposed to identify it. Please, I could have woken and forgotten it.
I got to experience the big one in the Bay Area in 1989. It was like a 6.7. It did a tremendous amount of damage. It was crazy too because
when they pancake those people.
Yeah,
the bridges, right?
The Bay Bridge. That was nuts. But you know what was even crazier was, you know who was playing in the fucking World Series that year?
Oh
no. It was the A's versus the Giants. It was the battle of
I knew
the
it was
Bay.
Giants.
And during a game, this giant earthquake took place. So it was just crazy timing.
Damn.
What happened to the game?
They stopped it then, and then they picked it up.
They all react. It's great.
It was bad. It was bad.
Wow.
It was a bad earthquake.
They're like in the
like
middle
Kyle.
of-
I've slept through an earthquake that I didn't even know about. And then one time I was at work and people are like, "Did you feel the earthquake?" And it's like, I didn't feel it. I was in a room with other people. Nobody mentioned it. Like it was minor.
Yeah, it's nonsense.
That was crazy.
It's impressive they can build buildings to resist that. Like I know every building in Japan is like so specially built because they anticipate they get wild earthquakes all the time.
Well, I think there was oh dude, it was nuts. There was one of the worst earthquakes ever, I think, was in San Francisco at like the turn of the century. Yeah, and it like burned the entire city down. It was like horrifying. It wasn't that bad, but
did they repair San Francisco pretty quickly? Do you remember? I know you must have been young.
I was a little boy. I was like 6, so I don't know. I have no idea.
You weren't up to date on the infrastructure repair. You were playing.
You might know though. Yeah, like there was a big fire on. This won't mean a lot to most of you, but I-95 is an incredibly important highway, and I think in Philadelphia, one of their major interstates, it might have been I-95, burnt down. So the bridge was just burnt, and that just the whole Philadelphia area goes to a standstill. Like they don't have the infrastructure to move the traffic without that road, and they fixed it in like 2 weeks. It was amazing. When does road repair take 2 weeks? You don't understand. It was not that different than that bridge we just saw. It collapsed.
Yeah.
Well, the famous image was a bit on the Bay Bridge where there was a column that fell in '89 and a car just straight up. Let me see if I can find the footage of that.
Yeah.
Did
that guy die?
I don't know. It wasn't great.
Yeah, he died. Right?
Really? I think I could survive that.
Wow.
Well, not that. I'm talking about that other thing he showed where the bridge pancaked onto the lower.
But if you're on the top, like does it fall quickly or does
if you're on the top, you're fine. I'm talking about from the bottom.
oh yeah. All right.
On the top, it's like whee.
If
on
you're
the bottom, it's like no
tons of concrete and rebar. Yes, you will die.
Yeah. On the bottom, your odds are
unless
longer, but
they are a genetic super soldier bred by the CCP with Jackie Chan's DNA mixed with that of a Nephilim.
They wouldn't let him be riding around willy-nilly during an earthquake.
Barron Trump would hold that shit up while everyone ran.
They were transporting him from one dark site to another for security purposes. They rotate him every month. Every
once in a while, I like get into watching either natural disaster videos or dam failures. And they're just the most interesting video, like particular like tsunamis and dam failures. I'll find myself on that YouTube rabbit hole sometimes. And it's like conceptually you understand like, man, that amount of water, that amount of force suddenly bursting through a dam, that's got to create a ton of damage. But like you don't fully get it until you see it. And it's like giant, like excavator sized, like in a mine, like not normal sized 18-wheeler trucks. Like they just get tossed like they're nothing at all. And the people, just tiny little specks. It's like that water's carrying rocks bigger than your house. Like you know what the ultimate is for you then. Powerful. So do you know about the Three Gorges Dam in China? Yes, I've read about the world's largest dam. If someone were to say launch a few rockets at it and make it fail, do you know how many people are in the direct path of the largest tidal wave of modern history? Yeah, 400 million in the direct path of the tidal wave. It's a real problem for China if they got into like a global war with someone who's capable of, blowing up a dam from the other side of the world. Was it Sri Lanka that had that tsunami that killed like 200,000 people? Indonesia, but it was the whole like area. The tsunami was so goddamn big. That was 2004. Like 11. Yeah, that's the year I graduated. I remember our yearbooks had that shit in it. It was dark. There's a movie called The Impossible with Ewan McGregor where it was a real life family that got affected by that, and I saw that. Dude, if there's another huge tidal wave, we're gonna get so much great footage. Of course, it was. They made a everyone movie has cameras now. They made a movie about the Indonesian tsunami with a white family star. Yeah, dude, the videos like some of the clips, it's from like the Thai tsunami, I think. Or maybe the Japanese one, I don't remember, but like you can see people taking like vacation videos and they're still on the beach, and like it's just a small amount coming in, and it's like a horror movie. You're watching like I know what's gonna happen in like 2 hours, and it's almost too late for
You're
this
watching
person.
somebody get dressed to go to the Twin Towers almost. You're like,
Yeah.
"No, no,
It's when the water pulls back, you know,
Yeah.
you're fucked. Yeah.
And it's like, oh no, like it's swelling up, it's about to come in hard.
if
And then,
you're
like
not
even the
from
water
there-
pullback is enough to like pull cars across the road.
If you're not from there, I look at it and I'm like, would I make good decisions, right? Obviously, watching the video in hindsight, I can make good decisions. But if I was there and I didn't know, am I confident I'd recognize a water pullback on some beach I don't normally go to?
I would.
For
I would
these,
start
it
running
seems
because I've seen the
maybe-
movies now. I've seen
Yeah.
How quickly does it pull
Yeah.
back? Does it pull back over the course of 40 minutes? Is
No,
it,
no, no.
it's
Like
pretty fast.
right now, the ocean gets eaten. Like you're like, whoa, what's happening? What's happening right now? Oh, that's what happens before a tsunami. The ocean just got taken away. Everyone flee. Hey, everyone flee, tsunami. And then you run as fast as you can.
I need to see it because if it happens like you say, and in like 5 minutes the ocean's pulled
Less.
back like that, or less, God, I definitely know. But maybe I'm wrong. I thought it took longer. I thought it took like 40 minutes for the ocean to withdraw like that.
No.
It's pretty fast. Yeah.
It's pretty
To
fast.
to get a little morbid with you, would you rather die peacefully in your bed, or would you rather die like seeing a fucking enormous comet coming to hit the
Oh,
earth?
the comet. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. 1,000 times the other one.
I'm with you.
1,000 times the other one. Let me tell you why. All right, so I'm going to make up a scenario. You can co-sign it if you want, but the scenario is like, the asteroid's coming and it's going to like knock humanity out. If 3 months to go, I would love that. That's so much better than dying peacefully in my sleep. I get 3 months of like craziness, doing whatever the fuck I want. I get to see the coolest fireworks show of all time. I'm not going to try to be one of the privileged few to starve in the bunkers and
In the Greenland
30
tunnels.
years. I'm gonna get on a high mountain somewhere and I'm gonna fucking watch that shit go down. I'm gonna be drunk and high and get my dick sucked. It's gonna be great. All
Just
right?
witnessing something like that would be incredible. So, like, I don't know. I
This
think
might work out because I'd like to be on a mountain sucking dick when it happens.
Yeah.
I knew that was your greatest wish.
There's a really good movie.
Here we come.
There's a really good movie called Seeking a Friend for the End of the World with Steve Carell, where humanity knows that a comet's coming in like 3 weeks, and it just kind of examines what different people do. And it's really fucking. They go to a restaurant, and everybody there is just tripping on fucking Molly.
Yeah.
Loud music, just at fucking Applebee's. Everyone with their credit cards. I would much rather die peacefully.
Oh, the economy
in my
would
sleep.
immediately crash, and then there would be mass hysteria if they found out. That's what would actually happen. There would be mass hysteria because there would be a run on the banks because all of a sudden there would be rapid hyperinflation. Not like, oh, bread's expensive this week. Like, I don't have any money anymore because money's not worth anything.
Why would there be a run on the banks? Because wouldn't money instantly become valueless? Like
because right away the banks
be a
would
run on Walmart and Walgreens, and
because to try to preempt what is inevitable, the governments would try to freeze the money in the banks, and it would get out that they were going to freeze that money. So people would say, they're not freezing my money, I'm going to go get it, and then there'd be a run on the banks, and they would still freeze all the money, and then the economy would crash anyway.
Would the government even be functioning at that point? Like,
no, you'd have military outposts. It'd be complete mass hysteria. If everyone would melt down, who was the government fighting? It'd just be the populace at large. And what are they fighting for? Bread and TVs, probably. If
and how long are those military men going to be following orders when
nobody's geting paid? It's that episode of Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
it's that episode of Rick and Morty where he changes a 1 to a 0. That's what happens when the world ends in 3 weeks.
I do think there'd be a ton of service members that would show up and volunteer to like keep order.
No, they got families.
Maybe initially.
They got families.
Yeah,
and some of them don't have like strong family ties. You don't think that there would be people that would like, now's my moment, I'm going to do the right thing. Like, I swear.
No.
Or people who would see an opportunity to be like, yeah, I can be a very brief window warlord.
No.
And you'd have like splintered groups of
everybody's going home to their families, and then they're going to do what they have to do to keep their families alive and well fed and safe, which means killing each other. So it's just going to be a shit show. There's not going to be like some military position where it's like, yeah, sir, for king and for the commander in chief and our no, red, white, and blue. It's like the whole world's going to explode in 3 weeks. You're going to go home to your mom.
Do you think that? Did you guys see the movie Greenland? By the way, it kind of
no, but I saw the end of that movie with Brad Pitt with the zombies, where I think they also went to Greenland. Is that
Greenland?
Gerard,
Greenland
is that
Greenland
is
is
that Gerard Butler?
phenomenal. Yeah, no, that movie is fucking really good because they try to make it super realistic. Like he gets like a push notification on his phone. He's like, I don't know why I was picked, and then like they gotta go and they gotta. Anyways, it's a really good
The
movie.
last Hutch movie recommendation, I couldn't have disliked more.
Which one?
Such a miss for me.
Which
I'm gonna
one?
get the title close, like Everybody Everywhere All at Once.
Get out of here. That's a fucking
no
Academy
so
Award
good.
winning best movie of that year. Fucking
Oh my God, it was
stupendous. Everything
so
everywhere,
horrible.
all at
in,
once.
in between you two. I was entertained
Okay.
the whole time, but afterward I wasn't like blown away. I was like, oh, that kept my attention.
It was
like,
wonderful.
that was
All right,
really
I
good.
wasn't blown
But
away.
you liked
in
it
the
too.
third-
Yeah,
Oh,
not
I
as much as
loved
as
it.
At the
these
time,
two.
Hutch said it might have been the best movie he's ever experienced in his life.
I still believe that.
Okay.
Yeah,
more than Lord of the
Didn't
Rings.
hit me the
Sandra
same
Oh.
way.
yeah.